Hello guys, so welcome back to another video. So today's video is very important is because I wanted to, this video basically holds a purpose. I had a very beautiful meeting with a, investor who have been investing in Dubai for quite a while now. He actually was watching my videos for like a couple of months, and from the news of the market, Palm Jebel Ali strikes his interest. So we had a very beautiful meeting. I actually gave him all the research that I have did, which have been posted by the the government, which have been posted by through the other real estate consultants of the market like Knight Franks, Henley and Partner, who are giving the reports on the wealth migration. So there are certain indicators that I want to educate my audience about, and whatever I have given him to make him understand about the value of this very one-off lifetime generational wealth generating opportunity in the market right now, which no one can replicate in the next 10 to 15 years. And it's a very beautiful opportunity that we have brought in by Nakheel. And it took like 10 years for this developer to give the market again an opportunity like Palm Jumeirah. So in this video, I'm going to break it down each and every aspect of investing in the prime real estate of Dubai. So in the start of this video, I'm going to talk about why the demand of prime real estate is booming in Dubai right now, and what are the indicators that can actually give us solid confidence that even if we buy in this today's market, in the next 4 to 5 years time your demand will keep on rising, and why in the past 5-7 years Dubai has seen so much of a growth in the market on the super prime and prime real estate of $10 million to $50 million plus homes. So and also we're going to break it down, the complete information of the Palm Jebel Ali itself. This is a very detailed video, so stick with me until the end if you want to learn about Palm Jebel Ali. And if you have any sort of interest in Dubai, buying any kind of a most exclusive real estate, this is the video for you. So let's get started. So now, before getting into the details of the project, we need to really understand the importance of that specific part of Dubai, and also the indicators which are telling us like the project is, or the development is solid and bulletproof in the market. And these are not the kind of assets that you buy to flip, or these are not the assets that you buy to rent as well. It's totally up to the the choice of the buyer, but again, these are the kind of asset that you hold on to it for very, very long term. Like in Palm Jumeirah, a lot of people have bought. If they haven't sold, they have already seen the appreciation of more than 1100% on their assets. Especially, I'm talking about the beachfront villas. So this is basically, I have written down all the details so that I can explain it to you, whatever that I have conveyed it to my client as well when I had the meeting with him. Right now, as per the report of Henley and Partner, this year we are expecting the millionaire migration to reach at 9,800 more millionaires to Dubai or UAE is set to welcome, because of different situations that we can get into the detail, but the video will go so much long. Currently, Dubai is home to 85,000 millionaires and 251 centi-millionaires, which are worth above 100 million or worth equivalent to 100 million, dirhams. And Dubai is home to 23 billionaires right now. This is basically a report that I will try to flash it up so that you will have a complete reference. These are not my words; these are the words of the market and the experts. This is one aspect of understanding why Dubai, in Dubai, the prime real estate demand is still there, and a lot of people are buying for themselves as well. They are not buying to invest. So there is another aspect that you have to keep in mind. So this basically I have already mentioned in my previous video of branded residences in which I have explained why Oasis, Palace and Address Villas will, do good, and they are already sold out in the market and nobody can find. I already have a client who are looking for, the cancellation. They are still waiting for the cancellation, but there is no units to be out from the EMAR. So there are no opportunities right now available in that. That gives us the indicator like the project is bulletproof, the project holds a value, people jump in, and there is 10 million plus homes are being sold within like few days time. This is very different in this market of Dubai. So in 2024, if we were to see the data, that Knight Frank have already published in their report, that in 2024, 10 million plus US dollar homes in the market of Dubai, there were like 435 transactions happen. So the hotspots in 2024 were Palm Jumeirah, Jumeirah Bay Island, and Jumeirah Island itself, and Emirates Hills. All right, and those are the most concentrated areas where those listings were being sold. 435 listings got sold in 2024. In 2025, the numbers are more or less the same, but the hotspots were Al Barari, Jumeirah Golf Estates, Dubai Hills Estate, Tilal Al Gaf, and La Mer. And this tells us that there is a huge demand for those kinds of assets, because these kinds of assets in Dubai that you're getting above 10 million plus US dollar homes, if you were to find those kinds of assets outside of Dubai, you will be having a lot of challenge to get that kind of a space that you're getting and that kind of a lifestyle that you're getting in Dubai. Which is why Dubai, this is basically a clear indicator of that Dubai is much more affordable than any other city right now in this category of luxury. And the total count of listings in the market at that time in 2024 were 4,000 plus listings, and right now it decreased to 2,400 listings in the market for prime real estate. Now, if you were to look at 50 million plus US dollar homes, 50 million plus US dollar homes, there were like 583 listings on the market, and it decreased to 883 homes right now on the market of Dubai. So this is clearly telling us that in this market, if you were to pick up those super prime or prime real estate like Baccarat or Oasis by Emaar, Palm Jebel Ali, Solaya Beach, these kinds of real estate will, for the very, very long term time, they will be a very resilient properties that, will keep on appreciating. So I'll give you another angle. In just 1 year in Dubai, there were 10 million plus US dollar homes. The most homes were sold in Dubai, and, on the #1 ranked right now in the whole world. They were the most the most concentration of the homes being sold in a year time. There were 439, a number of most homes sold, and the second was New York with 269 homes in a year that were being sold in the market. Although those markets were 100 plus year old, but Dubai is just emerging right now, and because of a lot of relocation happening of those ultra luxury or high net worth individuals, these homes are selling out in the market and selling out very fast. Because if for the high net worth individual, you have to really give them a value, you have to really make them understand, and if the property has the resilience, if the location has the resilience, everything falls in place, the transaction happen. Now, another aspect to keep in mind, the planning of Dubai South, why government is heavily investing there, why is government heavily investing there, and what are the new infrastructures coming up, and the way the developers are jumping in right now, buying plots, it is becoming some kind of a hotspot for those developers. They are planning for the next 10 years to build on newer developments because of many reasons. So I'll give you another angle to look at it. So by the 2040 agenda, this is official, that the government plans is to by 400% they want to increase the beachfront of Dubai, okay, and they want to increase the 134% in the hospitality sector, because Al Maktoum Airport itself, once it will be completely 100% phase by phase, like till the end phase will be handing over, it will have the capacity to handle 260 million people when they're landing in Dubai. If this is the plan, in the last year we welcomed like 19 million visitors a year. They literally have a plan to triple down on the tourism of Dubai. So realistically, right now, whatever has been published by 2040 agenda is that 134% increase in hospitality sector. Palm Jebel Ali itself has like planned 80 hotels on the island. We'll talk about the density, we'll talk about the concept as well of Palm Jebel Ali, why it's better. But again, these angles you have to keep in mind whenever you're choosing any kind of a beachfront investment in Dubai. This is the benchmark, okay? Another angle that you have to keep in mind when you're considering investing into beachfront locations or any location in Dubai South, Port Jebel Ali and Jabza. These are kind of urban centers of Dubai. They will create most of the jobs in Dubai South, including Expo City, including DWC, Dubai World Central, Al Maktoum Airport, which we can talk about it. So currently, Port Jebel Ali plus Jabza have contributed 713 billion in the non-oil trades. So they are one of the very biggest contributor right now to Dubai's GDP. And there are currently right now in Jabza 11,000 companies who are working or operating from there. And 100 of those companies are Fortune 500 companies. Now, Dubai tourism industry is very big and they want to triple down, including Dubai, Abu Dhabi and Ras Al Khaimah as well. But again, Dubai is right now the benchmark for all of those Emirates right now. Now to triple down on tourism, the tourism industry and aviation industry needs to shake hands so that they can grow the economy in that drastic way that we are expecting right now. Now, Dubai World Central itself have created 132,000 jobs, the construction of Dubai World Central. And the gross value added, the GVA is 136 billion. The aviation industry, Emirates Airlines and other entities who are working together in this economy, they have a plan to take this 136 billion to 196 billion by 2030. So if you were to give it a perspective, it will create 800,000 plus jobs on that specific part. For that just specific one entity of the airport will create this much of a jobs in Dubai South right now. So and another aspect to keep in mind, right next to Dubai World Central is our Dubai Industrial City, which is a home for the manufacturing, and right now 1100 companies are right now operating from that specific part. And right now most of the investors who are buying land is in that part of Dubai Industrial City DIC, because the prices are have not matured as compared to any other part of Dubai. Now another thing that will be contributing to the success of that specific part of Dubai South, in which government is heavily investing, creating all kinds of lifestyle amenities, creating all kinds of beaches, clubs, hotel, the hospitality sector is a lot of, they have a plan to expand it as we already have discussed by 134%. To contribute to Dubai South, there is another thing that you have to keep in mind. If you have seen my, Abu Dhabi video, right now the Palm Jebel Ali itself, this part is only 45 minutes away from all the cultural tourism which is we are going to see in the next 4 to 5 years in Abu Dhabi, in which already the operating one is our Ferrari World on Yas. Then Disney, we are yet to see, which will also create a lot of jobs in that specific part of Abu Dhabi. Disney will be also coming. Team Lab Phenomena is also already handed over. People are visiting right now. It will, like in next 3 to 4 years time, it will create a lot of influx in that specific part of Abu Dhabi. Then Zaid Museum, which is due for handover this year, which will also add a lot of tourism and create a lot of jobs in that specific part of Abu Dhabi. Zaid National Museum, Guggenheim. These are these are the hotspots. So these are just 45 minutes away from Palm Jebel Ali. So itself, even the people who are living in Abu Dhabi right now, they will also be they will, like itself, Palm Jebel Ali will have a lot of eyeballs in the next coming few years, because it is the wonder of the world right now. So as we go further in this presentation, we will understand more why this planning makes total sense. So this video is not just focused on Palm Jebel Ali, it will be focused on all the beachfront opportunities right now available in UAE, which you really have to keep in mind. So there is a target market for everything, but Palm Jebel Ali beats all, ranked number 1. We'll talk about more in detail and we will deep dive into it. Now let's get into the pricing part of Nakheel's different communities, which has the water body inside those specific community. Although those are not the best comparison, but again, as I told you, Palm Jumeirah is the only comparison we have for Palm Jebel Ali. But again, once we understand, how the timelines have increased the prices so much, because Nakheel have already target only the ultra luxury, and also you have to keep in mind the pricing at that time and also what drives the prices up. So I'll talk about it now. So this specific part is our Jumeirah Islands, and Jumeirah Islands, it's in 2008 started with 550 to 600 PSF. So anyone who have invested at that time and they hold it on to their property, they know the price per square feet have reached in this today's market at 3,980. Now there are a lot of factors in play, like a lot of refurbishment industry got in. They picked up those villas, refurbish it, made it more modern. The floor plans and everything, the structure have changed. So any time when you drive around in Jumeirah Islands, you see the modern looking villa, you see the price per square feet that I'm talking about right now. Then there is another beautiful concept of District 1, which I have already talked about, but again, to give you an idea, District 1 by Nakheel, which is also a lagoon communities, houses on, even the houses which are not on lagoon, the price per square feet is touching more than like 3,900 dirham. But right now, just to understand, 2014 was when the District 1 got launched, and price per square feet in which the people have entered, the investors have entered, is 1,400 AED, and right now the price is more than 3,500 to 3,900. And a 4-bedroom villa, if you were to see in the market, you will be seeing nothing less than 24 million AED, and it's not even beachfront right now. So you have to really understand like what I'm talking about, the kind of a value that Palm Jebel Ali is bringing. Now this little guy who is the wonder of the world right now, so Palm Jumeirah, anyone who have bought the signature villa, they entered at the price of 5.8 million dirham, and nobody, even the fronts which are not as great considered in the market, they're selling nothing less than 55 million to 60 million AED. I also have on this like 2 signature villas of one of my investor, and she is selling at minimum at this price. Her asking price is 55 to 60 million dirham right now on Palm Jumeirah. That shows us that the Palm Jumeirah have seen 1100% appreciation from the time it got launched. This is a great value. Now another aspect to understand the seafront location, the less density of high-end niche community. Let's talk about other developers like Miras. Now there is another community which is basically a hotspot for celebrities, is our Jumeirah Bay Island. So Jumeirah Bay Island is right now standing at minimum of 14,000, of more than like 14,000 plus price per square feet right now, and investors have entered in this community at 5,000 to 6,000 PSF. Now this is basically a clear indicator that right now in the beachfront market of Dubai, there is not enough supply, and in the whole supply of Dubai, the lesser supply that you will be seeing is of beachfront villas in the whole market of Dubai. And now there are other communities that I'm going to speak about, but again this video I'm going to completely base on Palm Jebel Ali, and then after that I will make a complete video of other beachfront options that are available in the market of Ras Al Khaimah, Dubai and Abu Dhabi. Now to understand Palm Jebel Ali, why it makes total sense, we have talked about Dubai South, we have talked about the Abu Dhabi, close proximity to this specific part of Dubai. In to understand the real estate, we need to really understand like what kind of density that we have. The lesser the density is, the higher the appreciation will be and the exclusivity will be. But there are other factors into play, like amenities, like the layouts and the floor plans, the plot sizes and everything. But again, this is not just it for Palm Jebel Ali. Nakheel have really given you the kind of experience that you should expect. Now you really have to understand that Nakheel, if they were all about profit, they were supposed to sell these villas at minimum of 7,000 to 8,000 price per square feet, but they are not giving you that kind of a price. They are giving you the right entry price, which once I get later into this presentation, you will understand the pricing compared to Palm Jumeirah right now in the ready market. It's kind of a steal price, all right, on a payment plan. But really have to understand like the density of Palm Jebel Ali. In Palm Jebel Ali and in Palm Jumeirah, right now in Palm Jumeirah right now there are almost 2,000 villas, like 2,000 homes. There were townhouses as well at that time. In Palm Jebel Ali is only 1,700 homes. Although the size of Palm Jebel Ali and Palm Jumeirah, which we will get into that part, we will really break it down, the complete distance of the trunk. We will really break it down of the distance between the fronts as well. And also we're going to talk about the water stagnation issue that already we are facing in Palm Jumeirah, and also the entry and exits as well. So this clearly tells us that Nakheel is not about profit. They want this city to completely triple down on the tourism industry as well, and in the aviation as well. So this is when the government developer is launching any community, they have a very higher purpose. They have a very bigger vision of making money through other factors, to be honest. Now, before jumping into the complete differences and everything, let's talk briefly about the kind of vision that developer have for this specific part. Now, this is basically a complete master plan they have published, in which this specific part of Palm Jebel Ali will be inclusive of leisure park, beach clubs, hospitality crescent. Outer part of Palm Jebel Ali is basically our hospitality crescent, signature yacht club, anything that is required, and the most important thing, the whole part of the walking pathways in Palm Jebel Ali will be 100% shaded. There will be a lot of ease of tourists or residents to move around inside this specific island. It's a reclaimed island, so it cost a lot for a developer to build this kind of masterpiece in the market, which in the world nobody has done it as yet. The total capacity is 118,000 residents, 80 plus hotels and resort, which we already have covered, 90 kilometers of beachfront that it will be adding to the city of Dubai. This is basically another aerial view of Palm Jebel Ali. It looks beautifully amazing. Now let's really break it down and compare Palm Jumeirah to Palm Jebel Ali in each and every aspect of the sizes of the island, the sizes of the front and everything. So you see this complete size, the length of Palm Jebel Ali is 7 kilometers and the whole width is 7.4 kilometers, whereas in Palm Jumeirah it's 5.3 kilometer of width and the length is 5.1 kilometers, which shows us the kind of a density that we were talking about. All right, and the trunk of Palm Jebel Ali is only 550 meter in the width, and in Palm Jumeirah we will be seeing 220 meters. It's a very beautifully designed master plan. And the front size, the mid front size is 2 kilometers in Palm Jumeirah, whereas in Palm Jebel Ali it's 2.4 kilometers. And the width of the front is basically 200 meter in Palm Jebel Ali, whereas in Palm is 170 meters. And the whole size of the crescent that you are seeing right now in Palm Jumeirah, it's total 12 kilometers, and the width between the borders of the crescent is 270 meter in Palm Jumeirah, whereas in Palm Jebel Ali it's 420 meter. Very massive size, very massive size of a plot that we have here. And the width of the trunk is 730 meter in Palm Jebel Ali, whereas in Palm Jumeirah is 690 meters. So everything is bigger. The width of the trunk, the size of the frond, the complete length and the width, everything is bigger on Palm Jebel Ali right now. So we will have ample amount of space with the very less density and with the beautifully, designed master plan, and it will be more modern as well. To give you another perspective, is 147 square feet of a land, 110 kilometers of the coastline, 2002 villas on Palm Jebel Ali, 0.8 FAR, floor to area ratio. So the plot, when you multiply it, you will have your own built-up area of the villa. So the sizes of the villas are quite bigger in Palm Jebel Ali. So we'll talk about it once we get into the presentation. But just to understand, 147 square feet of a land, 61 million square feet of a land, 78 kilometers of coastline, 110 kilometers of coastline, 1745 villas in Palm Jumeirah, 2000 villas with the kind of a size, the massive size Palm Jebel Ali has. If Nakheel was all about profit, they would have increased, they would have compromised the density of the whole master plan. In the floor to area ratio on Palm Jumeirah, you will be able to find 1.2, whereas in Palm Jebel Ali is 0.8. Now, another aspect that you have to keep in mind is the distance between the frond. The length from the start till the end of the frond is 30 meters when on the start of the frond of Palm Jumeirah, and it goes maximum to 250 meters, as you can see. But in Palm Jebel Ali, so I'll flash that video as well when I was standing at the frond of Palm Jebel Ali. So you will have a complete imagination as well. So 100 meter is this distance starting between each of the frond of Palm Jebel Ali, and it goes until the end is 400 meters of a distance between each. Now in this part is our premium plots, which we're also going to talk about. But again, in this part, in the middle part and the start of it is our beach and coral collection will be coming up by Nakheel. Now, another aspect that really differentiates and outstands, this specific master plan of Palm Jebel Ali is the distance between the frond and the crescent is 400 meters in Palm Jumeirah, and here it's 630 meters. And the width of the crescent is 270 meters on Palm Jumeirah, and here it's 420 meters. What does it tell us? It tells us that the density will be less, and the master plan will be a much better and suitable, a very livable kind of a master plan that we will be having in the next 3 to 4 years time. So the future is looking very bright for that specific part of Dubai South. Now, this is basically a complete, differentiation, the labeling of the whole Palm Jebel Ali. So this is basically your crown. The outer borders that you're seeing is all the crescents where there will be apartments also coming up. This is basically our spine where there will be a lot of, amenities, new kinds of infrastructure in which there is a wellness street as well, which we're going to talk about it later. This is basically our trunk. There will be some apartments, that is after this villa launch, there will be apartments coming up on the Palm Jebel Ali as well. And this, the villas part is all the fronts of Palm Jebel Ali. Now on the crown in Palm Jumeirah, there is a beautiful development named as Royal Atlantis. We have already talked about it in our Paso video. You can check it out. You can see the price where it started and what are the kind of a transaction happening. It's touching more than 10,000 dirhams right now. Now this slide tells us what is the purpose of these crescents. So the crescents will be completely dedicated for the recreational and the leisure activities. So it will be beach clubs, hotels and everything will be specifically, dedicated for this part of the Palm Jebel Ali. Now, if you have noticed on this master plan, unlike in Palm Jumeirah, in this part that you will be seeing, this will be dedicated for the exclusive yacht club and marina, which will also attract a lot of tourists. Not everyone, like to drive around in the city. So this is basically another render of, the beach of Palm Jebel Ali, the hotels, apartments and everything. The designs are, quite modern. And the Palm Jebel Ali also holds the blue flag certificate of the beaches. So the beaches are quite more kind of a the experience of Hudayriyat Island in Abu Dhabi, the blue turquoise color of water, unlike in Palm Jumeirah where the water have become stagnant. and the blue color that you won't be able to find in Palm Jumeirah. This kind of an experience that you will be able to find in Palm Jebel Ali. You can see my video in that I was actually at the beach, and you will be seeing that the water is quite untouched by anyone. This is another render of the yacht club that they will be building on that part of the crescent. Now this specific trunk is basically dedicated for all the family beach clubs, central parks, lifestyle malls, so that the tourism doesn't affect the movement of residents inside this specific location of Palm Jebel Ali. Now the hospitality sector will also be located on this part as well, and there will be some part on the further part of the trunk as well. Business parks will also be there on this specific part of Palm Jebel Ali. Now this is basically the concept of the spine. Spine will be dedicated for the wellness part, where you can gather for all kinds of wellness activities. Wellness industry is also a very growing industry in the whole world right now. It's standing at 6.8 trillion, and it's about to touch 9 trillion by next 4 to 5 years time, by 2028 or 2029. So the spine will be inclusive of exclusive residences as well. There might be apartments coming up. We have yet to see. The details will come out in the market. The community parks will also be there. Resorts will be there. Wellness center, as I have already spoken about, the community centers will be there. So it's a complete ecosystem that you will be getting by the developer. Now in the whole master plan of Palm Jebel Ali, the fronts that you are seeing, this will be your ultra luxury segment. This will be dedicated for the ultra luxury segment. All the high net worth individuals will be concentrated mostly on this part. So Expo City will also be itself creating close to 1 million jobs. Dubai World Central, the Al Maktoum Airport, will also be close to generating 800,000 jobs. Port Jebel Ali, DIC, Jabza will also be creating more than 500,000 jobs. So there will be more than 2 million people in the next coming 10 years will be living in this specific part of Dubai South. So there will be a lot of concentration of high net worth individuals who have already their businesses based on that specific part. So the response of the market, as the Knight Frank have published the report that 87% of the high net worth individuals chose to live on a beachfront location compared to any golf communities. Beachfront location beats all. So this is a concept of a villa. Your villa on any floor that you will be having any kind of a room that will be facing towards the blue beautiful beach of Palm Jebel Ali, and on the ground floor you will be having, from all the villas, you will be having your own private pools as well. So it's a very well thoughtful plan by Nakheel. So this is basically a concept that, to give you an idea and imagination. You see the villas placement is, you have a lot of distance between each and every villa, and the distance between each of these fronts. So this is close to 200 to 300 meter distance between each of the fronts. So compared to Palm Jumeirah, you have the distance is ranging to 100 to 200 meter. This is like close to 250 to 300 meters distance. Very exclusive kind of a feeler that you have, and every front of Palm Jebel Ali will be performing very good. Unlike in Palm Jumeirah, there will not be any kind of a bad front or bad location of a villa inside this specific part of Palm Jebel Ali. This is another render of villas facing towards the beach. You have your sunken seating, absolutely beautiful renders. The Nakheel have already awarded 3 biggest contractors like Shapurji Palunji, Jinko, and the third one I'm forgetting the name. Absolutely beautiful contractors with already case studies developed in the market, the kind of quality that they will build. And it's very costly to build a villa on the beachfront location. You have to take care of a lot of stances when you're building a beachfront villa. This is another aerial view of very vibrant looking master plan of Palm Jebel Ali in the next 6 to 7 years time. So this is basically A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and then I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. This will be labeled as the fronts, the names. And front A will have 60 villas. It will have, these kinds of sizes, 7,300 to ranging to 8,500, sizes, G+2, all of them G+2 villas located on the front. So this was basically the first launch, what was from starting of the the fronts and going till the middle part of Palm Jebel Ali, and then right now the launch which is coming up, it's on the middle part of the front, so there will be only 300 villas hitting the market, and front B will have 78 villas. As much as you go higher, the front size also increase and the plot size also increase. So as then on the upper part, the front becomes much more smaller. I think these higher top of the fronts will be those kinds of a front which will be much more exclusive, which will be very much limited in supply. But again, by the size of this master plan, by the size of by looking at the density, you know, all of the fronts I see will generate you the kind of returns that you're expecting. I think it will go higher than Palm Jumeirah, and the prices in Palm Jebel Ali, you know, it will, you know, the people who are missing out on this opportunity, they will regret it, you know, in the next 5 to 7 years time, that they got the opportunity, they got the message, but they didn't take the action on it. Front C will have 100 villas, as I already told you. The whole length of the front changes, which is why the quantity of the villas changes. And then front D, 116 villas. As you can see, the sizes is more or less, for the built-up area, is more or less a similar 7,300 to 8,500 for 6 and 5 bedrooms. Now let's take the final example, you know, why Palm Jebel Ali makes total sense then compared to Palm Jumeirah. You know, in this market right now, let's take a plot scenario, and let's not assume any kind of an appreciation on any of these assets that you're buying right now on the payment plan, which will be handing over in the next 3 to 4 years time. Let's imagine, like, you know, on Palm Jumeirah in the ready market, which is right now is the most, you know, exclusive location in the whole of Dubai. Let's acquire a plot in Palm Jumeirah right now, and 13,900 square feet we should take, all right? And let's take the FAR to be 0.8, and once we multiply this 0.8 to our plot size, this is our plot, it will come up to 11,120 square feet. Okay, that will be our built up area. And let's take the construction cost to, you know, maximum. We want to build a luxury villa, and let's take it to 1,000 dirham price per square feet for the construction. Okay, and for this, right now in the Palm Jumeirah, if you were to find, you know, if you were to, you know, buy a plot right now, the price per square feet you will be able to find 8,000. But let's take 6,000 dirhams. All right, very conservative figures. Right now, you are getting the price per square feet in Palm Jebel Ali is close to 2,800 to 3,000 dirhams. But let's take you know, 6,000 dirham. Very, you know, conservative figure on Palm Jumeirah. Your land acquisition cost will touch up to 83 million, close to 83 million. All right. And if you were to build 1,000 dirham price per square feet of a villa of 11,120 square feet, let's multiply this to this, and we will have our figure of building a villa. And then the price, if you were to multiply 1,000 to 11,120 square feet of a, you know, the build cost will touch to 11 million. Okay, just add this figure to this figure of land acquisition, it will touch up to minimum of 94 million. In this market right now, 94 million will be the cost to build, buy a land and, you know, build this kind of a luxury villa on Palm Jumeirah. But what are we getting offered in Palm Jebel Ali right now? In the Coral Villas, 7 bedroom, 7 beds, Nakheel is offering you the price of 45 million dirham on a payment plan, which is 80-20. So once you look at these calculations, you know, you will understand like why it is a steal price, why it makes total sense. I can get into more details about, you know, what is happening in the economy, why, you know, Palm Jebel Ali will be the most hotspot in the next 5 to 7 years time. But again, this video is only for those individuals who have invested in Dubai, or they only want to buy something very exclusive, beachfront, by the top developer who have already done something in the past. So we have beachfront opportunities more available in the lower price per square feet. But again, if you're investing into the beachfront locations of Dubai, you might not be able to find many options. And right now, whatever is available in the off-plan stages, these options will hand over, will be absorbed 100%, because anyone who is coming new to Dubai, who will be a high net worth individual, the most number one choice for those high net worth individuals, like as per the Knight Frank report, 87% of them loves to live on a beach front villa if they can afford, or an apartment. And the total supply of beach, the coastal line of Dubai, is almost, the whole supply, if you were to compare it to whole supply of Dubai, is 2 to 3% of the total supply. So when it comes to villa, it gets even lesser. So this is basically a complete breakdown of Palm Jebel Ali study, and next video I'm going to make on what are the beachfront options, beachfront villa options available in the market. There is a beautiful community right now. There is a very beautiful community opportunity that we have right now in UAE. In Palm Jebel Ali, our price per square feet is starting from, because already well developed, if you look at the case study of Palm Jumeirah, Palm Jebel Ali, it makes total sense. But again, and the price per square feet of 2,800, Palm Jebel Ali makes total sense. But again, I have government-backed developer who is building a community which I haven't seen in the whole part of UAE. Nobody is building those kinds of community. If anyone have built it, the price per square feet is more than 3,000 dirham. They are offering you right now on a 40-60 payment plan at price per square feet of 1,500 to 1,700 dirhams. I'm going to break it down, the complete detail of that as well. So I hope you have liked this presentation. My agency that I'm working for is basically #1 for EMAR. We are the top 5, one of the top 5 developers of Dubai Holding as well. We gave a lot of business to this developer. So buying directly through the developer and buying through a broker, it's almost, it doesn't make any sense of buying through the developer, because if you're buying through the broker, he will strategize your investment. He will make sure that you get your own desired unit, because we give a lot of business to these developers. So we always get the priority. You're only buying 1 unit for yourself, or maximum 2 or 3 units for yourself. Because we give a lot of business, we streamline the process. We give you all kinds of services in reselling, renting, refurbishment, anything that you need, the bank account opening, the foundation setups, everything, we have it in our networks. If you want to mortgage your property, refinance your property, we can help you with that. Your cost is nothing, but your benefits are, off the roof if you're dealing through a right consultant in the market. So if you like this presentation, hit a like, share, subscribe. And if you think that anyone in your circle who should see this video, it will help him out, understanding more about his investment plans in UAE, please share it to them. I hope I added some value into your information. Thank you for watching. This is Matlub Ahmed Khan signing out.